You're listening to the November 26th, 2023 reading of Blossom Goodchild's channeling with the Federation of Light.
Hello, chaps. We're definitely stepping up to the tasks we signed up for, and in doing so, our vibration is shooting up to the stars. What a divine plan it is. When one tunes into the vibration of purity of self and connects the dots with folk all around the world on the same page, feeling the love, having the understanding of how it all works, well, it's simply marvelous.
Welcome, Blossom. Welcome to each beautiful soul who finds their hearts resonating within the words we offer and the vibration in which we bring them through. It goes without saying, Blossom, that the higher your vibration is becoming, then the higher frequency can be received by you, through you, to then be absorbed on a higher level by all who have also allowed and worked upon their vibration, which has now taken part in this grand uprising.
Yep, we really are getting it.
Yes, you are. Do you remember we used to say, when you get it, you will know? Well, now you know. That which is taking place within each one is on a scale that is raising the roof. We believe is the expression you use. Therefore, within that knowing of you, can you imagine how this knowing is changing everything because so many are also getting it? The very vibration one is residing within is doing it all by itself. You, each one, can feel it now. This change within you, this knowing, this understanding, is changing your planet. It is happening. And at last you are able to experience this for yourself. You are reaching conclusions that you would not have expected to reach, maybe only 5 of your years ago. You had no idea how things would pan out. There is so much uncertainty as to outcomes of all that is displayed in your reality, and yet those of you who get it do not concern yourself with this anymore. The outcome will be defined by the reactive responsibility of the soul's understanding of its growing awakening.
That's a bit of a mouthful. Can we break that down?
Meaning, Blossom, that many now understand that one's response to anything at all changes the outcome of the situation. It has to. Therefore, the manner in which you are now accepting what is as being what is tipping the scales in a way that is bringing such immense joy to those of us in other realms. From where we reside, we can witness the energy shifting upon your planet into a much fuller experience of itself. The energy of love is pouring through now at such a rate, because it can. Because there are now enough of you ready to absorb it and set to work.
Well, when one is up, one is certainly up. The feeling is the truth of it all, really. That feeling of love that is so much bigger and brighter, radiant, effulgent, even.
Blossom, we are indeed most effulgent at the progress that is rapidly performing all that is taking place in your world. We have spoken before of much taking place behind the scenes. It has perhaps been difficult for many, having to trust that what we offer is correct. For little evidence of this has been provided. Yet we say to you, such evidence is soon to come to the surface on a larger scale. Not just to those who go searching, yet to those souls who are blissfully unaware. And what an uproar there shall be. Yet, Remember always, this is a divine plan. There is a master plan that has been devised in order for every single possibility to be catered for.
Not quite sure what you're meaning specifically.
Blossom, that which is to be revealed is on a scale beyond imaginings.
Well, these days, my friends, one's brain gets blown apart on a regular basis, and yet that which was once unthinkable has now more or less become the norm.
Just you wait, Blossom, Goodchild, one and all. That which is to come will indeed be mind-blowing. Yet, you are almost ready for it.
So, I trust I'm not lowering the vibe of this conversation when I inquire as to what is happening then regarding, say, Fergus the Fungus and the lockdown leading us into phase 2. With respect, has that all fallen by the wayside?
It is intertwined with everything else that is to be laid before you.
How I wish we could just know a little bit more, or the when at least. Yet as you said, it's not for us to know, for if we did, we would change things due to our thought trajectories.
That is correct. What we desire for you to take on board from this conversation is that what is to take place will indeed shake you to the core, as we have said many times. This cannot be avoided, for the truth is so very different from that which you are expecting it to be. However, take note of how this conversation began and how you are now operating on a much higher level than before. Therefore, as shocking as the reveals will be, you know you have within you the courage, the strength, and yes, Blossom, even the joy to see yourselves through to the other side. We have spoken of the bridge many times also. All that you have gathered within, all knowledge and understanding of love itself, will guide you through. Not only will it guide you through, you will then have the wherewithal to lead so many others who had no idea of anything taking place, those who feel so lost and afraid. You will be taking them by the hand and guiding them to the safe haven within their own souls, so that they may see the light at the end of the tunnel. And in time, they too shall be doing the same for others. And it shall be the most glorious march to freedom.
Wow, that last sentence carried so much energy. In my mind, it was like our entire tribe walking with and into the light.
A light, dearest Blossom, that feels so different from the light of which you speak in these days.
Can you talk about that difference?
A light that is of a much higher force. When you speak of how you feel now that you get it with respect, this is just the tip of the iceberg. As the darker energies have ruled your planet for so long are now forced to leave, it allows a greater light to be present, to be felt. A feeling of being on a different planet, in a different dimension, because it feels so wonderful, so giving. Everything, dearest souls, will feel of such goodness. Every word you speak will come from love, and therefore no hurt can be put upon another. Not one shall feel less worthy.
sorry to butt in. You say not one. So is this new vibration to include all? For we're all at different levels, are we not?
Yes, indeed. So return to earlier in this piece, when we spoke of souls leading one to the bridge, and then in turn, they lead others, and so on, and so on. Each will get there at the exact moment that they have agreed to do so. So much was agreed upon before you came. The divine plan was understood from that position. So many souls agreed to be shown in a lesser light than they actually are, in order to play their role of waking others up. Not an easy role to volunteer for, and one had to be extremely strong and indeed selfless to put their hand up. This is why we say not to judge another on any level, for you know not the reasons behind why they behave as they do. As difficult as it may seem to understand, many who appear less awakened have agreed to do so on your behalf.
Yes, you mentioned that the other day in the Soul Soother event. I found that an eye-opener once again. I say once again, for I knew of it on one level, yet hadn't put it into context regarding those who seem to be asleep in the circumstances we're going through in these last years.
Never judge a book by its cover, dear Blossom.
I try hard not to. Well, one's mind will contemplate on what on earth these truths will be. For many think we already know, yet it appears we don't.
Only very few do. They have to. We suggest you do not contemplate, for you cannot guess. Yet know this. It is so much bigger on the surprise scale than you can possibly imagine.
So you said. Only trouble about all this is the weight.
The weight is not trouble, Blossom, for it is not a weight. It is allowing all to flow, all to fall into place, exactly as laid out in the divine plan.
Thanks so much, chaps. A good sesh. Marvellous. In gratitude, in loving service, I am. And just a reminder, there'll be a link in the description box below for the gathering next weekend. Once again, with Joe and myself and the Tribe of Light. You can register on the link given. Just have a chat with us and ask questions and just chatting with each other about how things are going. So do join us. It was great last time, and so I'm really looking forward to this one. Many thanks. Take care. Bye-bye. Please go to the description box below to find the links for these stunning affirmation inspirational cards, this deck of cards from the Federation of Light. They're just beautiful to have in your home, and choose one each day to ponder on. And also, please go to the link for the Tribe of Light t-shirts, where you can find an array, a plethora of all sorts of wonderful things that have been said by the Federation of Light. We are warriors together. Let's show the world. Let's shine our light on these t-shirts and sweatshirts to let people know the light has won. Thank you very much.